I paint the perfect light with the spotlight on my skin. They clap for every fracture like it's virtue wearing thin. My smile is just a weapon dressed in glitter and decay. A mannequin with heartbeats screaming, get out of my way. Oh, you love the girl you made. Your paper saint, your masquerade. But take a closer look, sweetheart, this halo's just a hand grenade. I'm done with playing flawless skin. You want a queen, I'll burn your throne again. You polish up my edges just to sell me as a prize, but I'm not your little daydream or your sugar-coated lie. I've swallowed all your poison just to spit it back in flames. Go write another myth about me, I'm rewriting all my names. Oh, you love the girl you made. Your paper saint, your masquerade. But take a closer look, sweetheart, this halo's just a hand grenade. I'm done with playing flawless skin. You want a queen, I'll burn your throne again. Here's to every camera flashing like a firing squad, to every crooked praise you carved into a gilded fraud. I'm tearing down the script you worship like divine. If I'm your masterpiece, then watch me redefine. Oh, you love the girl you framed, your hollow crown, your borrowed fame. But now the mirror tells the truth, I'm not your puppet dressed in shame. No more pretending flawless skin. I'll break your crown and wear my scars as
I've been walking on your edges, cutting open every truth I tried to hide. You said love was just a lesson, but I kept bleeding just to prove I was alive. Every moment felt like static, all your whispers turning sharper in the night, and I kept trying to understand it. Why wanting you always meant I had to fight. But I'm tired of breaking just to make you feel alright. Tired of bending backwards just to keep us both upright. If loving you is losing me, then tell me what's the point. I'm done shrinking down just to fit inside your noise. I'm done feeling small when I could feel anything at all. You kept painting me in shadows, telling me I'm not the man I used to be. And I believed it for a moment, losing pieces of myself you couldn't see. Every word became a weapon, every silence felt like standing in the rain. hoping I could fix us. But loving you was just another way to ache. 'Cause I'm tired of breaking just to make you feel alright. Tired of carrying the weight you swore was never mine. If loving you is losing me, then tell me what's the point. I'm done shrinking down just to fit inside your noise. I'm done feeling small when I can feel anything at all. I'm not walking out for vengeance, I'm not walking out to win. I just need to hear my heartbeat without your echo drowning in. If distance is the only way to find the rest of who I am, then let the past fall where it may. I'm learning how to stand. Now I'm done with breaking just to make you feel alright. Done with losing pieces just to hold a losing fight. If loving you meant losing me, I'm finally seeing why. I'm stepping out of the shadows you kept pulling from the light. I'm done feeling small. I'm finally choosing me. After rain taps softly on the window of this waiting room. A newborn cries above us, cutting through the gloom. Somewhere on another floor, heartbeat slows to rest. Two moments in the same night, rising, falling from one breath. And I can feel the world turn quietly in between. A fragile thread of living, holding everything unseen. Oh, the light comes crashing in as another fades away within. In the silence of the turning tide, a spark is past, the soul divides. No victory, no bitter end, just the life we borrow then. Transcend. Footsteps echo through the hall as faces gather close. A final hand is held, a final kindness offered slow. Above them in a brighter room, a future starts to bloom. The first breath rising louder than the shadows in the gloom. And somewhere in the crossing of the first and final sigh, we recognize how fragile every borrowed moment flies. Oh, the light comes crashing in as another fades away within. In the silence of the turning tide, a spark is past, the soul though the light keeps crashing in, even as the night grows thin. Between the heartbeat and the fall, a deeper rhythm moves us all. We come with fire, we leave with grace, and every soul still leaves a trace. In the quiet where the world began, the light keeps crashing in. Cracks on the windows and dust in the air. Sirens keep screaming like nobody cares. Silent streets echo with footsteps of fear. Faces turned hollow from holding back tears. A child by the doorway holds on to a toy, broken and battered like the loss of his joy. He doesn't know history, politics to blame, just wonders why people don't come back the same. And how many lives must fade away before we learn I've been carrying quiet thunder in my chest, letters never written, words I second guess. You were always somewhere just beyond my reach, a silhouette of meaning I could never fully read. Every time I move, the ground shifts underneath, and I'm left chasing echoes of something I can't speak. Am I losing myself in the spaces between us, in the half-lit rooms where my doubts keep growing? I'm holding a truth that I can't better mention. If I said it out loud, would it sound like nothing? Tell me, am I the only one who feels this burning? Or am I just learning how to fall alone? Your eyes linger longer than you ever say, but maybe I'm inventing signals that fade away. I keep waiting for a sign to steady me, a fragile confirmation, a flicker I can believe. But the harder I look, the more I come undone, a passenger stranded in a journey never begun. Am I losing myself in the spaces between us, in the half-lit rooms where my doubts keep growing? I'm holding a truth that I can't better mention. If I said it out loud, would it sound like nothing? Tell me, am I the only one who feels this burning? Or am I just learning how to fall alone? Maybe not every feeling is meant for daylight. Maybe some confessions only make the world smaller. I've rehearsed my courage in 1,000 quiet midnights, but every version breaks before it reaches the border. Am I losing myself in the spaces between us, or finally seeing what was never forming? I'm letting go of the truth I kept like a secret. It was mine alone, but I'm done ignoring it. If I'm meant to burn, let it be for healing. I'm learning the freedom of falling alone. I didn't notice when it started, just a quiet warmth I couldn't name. You were standing in the doorway, and the world didn't feel the same. Every moment felt like breathing for the very first time again. But the miles grew slowly wider between strangers who once felt like friends, and I'm holding on to pieces of the days that slipped away, wishing time would learn to listen. Slow its heartbeat to learn to stay. If the world keeps turning faster, will you still be next to me? 'Cause you feel just like a home where I can finally let myself be. the things we fear. Every touch felt like a promise that the quiet made clear. But the nights grew colder lately, and the echoes linger long. Still I hear your voice reminding me where broken hearts belong. And I'm holding on to pieces of the days that slipped away, wishing time would learn to listen. Slow its heartbeat, learn to stay. If the world keeps turning faster, will you still be next to me? 'Cause you feel just like a home where I can finally let myself be. If the morning takes you from me, if the daylight pulls you through, I'll be standing in the doorway just to find my way to you. And the fear of losing everything still shakes me to the bone, but the love I found inside you feels like something carved in stone. So I'm holding on to pieces, but they're brighter than before. Even if the world keeps rushing, I won't close that open door. If tomorrow falls to shadows, promise you'll remember me. 'Cause you're still the quiet shelter where my restless heart can breathe. In the corner of a crowded room, I trace my name in fading gloom. They talk in colors, I breathe in gray. Every word I try just falls away. You're the light I never touch, too beautiful, too much. I'm the echo, you're the sound you left. I'm underground, I watch you shine, I disappear. You're the noise I'll never hear. Your laughter bends the morning air. I turn to stone, I just stand there. My voice breaks like a mirror skin when I begin, and it ends again. You're the light I never touch, too beautiful, too much. I'm the echo, you're the sound you left. I'm underground, I watch you shine, I disappear. You're the noise I'll never hear. Maybe I was made to fade, to make your brightness stay. Maybe being seen was never meant my way. You're the light I never touch, still I burn too much. I'm the shadow in your glow, learning how to let you go. If I vanish when you smile, at least least I lived a little while.
I wake up tangled in the noise inside my head, like every thought is trying to drag me out of bed. I crack a joke so no one sees I'm burning out. Smile like a saint, but I'm a riot full of doubt. I tell my friends I'm fine, yeah man I'm doing great, but my brain's a TV static I can't regulate. I try to breathe but every inhale's a mistake. Feels like I'm balancing on lines that always break. Cause I'm a runaway train with no delay, spinning out on the tracks in the dumbest way. Trying to calm down but the panic hits the gas, laughing at myself as the moments crash. If crazy is a ride, guess I'm front row straps. Yeah, I'm falling apart but I bounce right back. The world's too loud, or maybe I'm just way too small. Every little thing becomes a landslide waterfall. I talk it out but somehow end up talking more, chasing my tail like I've been here before. My heartbeat's drumming like it's staging a revolt. I swear my mind's conducting storms that didn't vote. But on the days I'm not collapsing in my skin, I feel the sun and think, hey maybe I can win. Cause I'm a runaway train with no delay, spinning out on the tracks in the dumbest way. Trying to calm down but the panic hits the gas, laughing at myself as the moments crash. If crazy is a ride, guess I'm front row strapped. Yeah, I'm falling apart but I bounce right back. Maybe being broken doesn't mean I'm wrong. Maybe shaking hands can still hold on. If the world tilts sideways, I'll tilt along. Imperfect steps still count as moving on. I'm still a runaway train with no delay, still spinning out on the tracks in my own weird way. But I'm learning how to ride when the panic hits the gas, learning how to breathe when the moments crash. If messy is alive, guess I'm built for that. Yeah, I'm falling apart but I crawl right back. And maybe this time I'll stay on
The city owns, the daylight fades, another dream slips through the haze. A light of smoke, the echo start, your voice still hiding in my heart. You never said the words out loud, but silence spoke beneath the crowd. And every time I lose my way, you pull the dark from yesterday. 'Cause the quiet and the noise, the reason in my fall, you're not the fire, you're the wall that holds me through it all. When everything feels gone, you're where I still belong. that's enough to make this broken life feel tough. 'Cause you're the quiet in the noise, the reason in my fall. You're not the fire, you're the wall that holds me through it all. When everything feels gone, you're where I still belong. And if I fall again someday, would you still find me in the rain? Not as a hero, just the same. A shadow whispering my name. 'Cause you're quiet in the noise, the reason when I'm wrong. You're not the flame that burns too strong. You're the place my heart leans on when everything feels gone. You're where I still belong. You're where I still belong. You're where I still dust on the amps, the cables still twist. Old stickers fade where our names once kissed. Echoes hum where laughter burned. Now it's just silence, lessons unlearned. Ooh, in the garage we were kings for a night. Broken strings and cheap neon light. No one cared if the world would hear. Just noise and you and a can of beer. Neighbors yell, we played too loud, but it felt like flying above the crowd. Now the drums sleep under the rain. I'd trade this quiet for noise again. Ooh, in the garage we were gods in disguise, screaming truth through feedback lies. Didn't need fame, didn't need plans, just for fools and our blistered hands. Now a sound, I swear it's this. A broken chord, a moment's bliss. Whoa, in the garage, we were sparks in the dark. Burned so bright, then lost our mark. The world moved on, but I still see that perfect chaos still loud in me.
I'm done chasing a version that never fit right. I'm walking off the stage and stepping into my own light. If you need a flawless girl, she's buried in my past. I'm choosing something real, something built to last. I'm not your perfect lie. I'm finally mine. I walking with my mismatched jacket, shoelace trailing, yeah, I won't fix it. People stare like I'm some strange exhibit, but you just laugh and say, don't change it. You tap my shoulder, say you're kinda rad, even when the world thinks I'm just a fad. And suddenly the noise don't feel so bad. Guess you're the best thing I've ever had. 'Cause with you I'm not a punchline, I'm a headline in my own mind. You make my weird feel just right, shining like a neon street light. And when the world tries bringing me down, you spin me round, you turn it around. Yeah, with you I finally see being myself is a victory. I talk too fast and trip on every sentence. You grin like it's my superpowered essence. We share inside jokes nobody else gets. A tiny universe with no regrets. When they roll their eyes as we walk past, we laugh loud and make the moment last. The world can judge but we're moving fast. Two oddballs living loud and unapologetic at last. 'Cause with you I'm not a punchline, I'm a headline in my own mind. You make my weird feel just right, shining like a neon street light. And when the world tries bringing me down, you spin me round, you turn it around. Yeah, with you I finally see being myself is a victory. Let them point, let them whisper, we'll just laugh a little bigger. Every flaw feels like glitter when you're standing here with me. I'm a spotlight in the nighttime. You make my weird feel sublime, like the world just hit rewind. And when the noise starts crashing in, you pull me close, I breathe again. Yeah, with you I finally see being myself was always meant to be.
We drove through the quiet streets at midnight, old headlights flickering like they might fade. Your laugh spilled out the window with the summer wind, and every broken rule felt like a promise we made. We were small in a world too wide to measure, but somehow those nights made everything feel real. And I still hear the echoes of the songs we swore would never end. We were chasing something shapeless, but we thought it made us brave back then. Now the city keeps on shining, but it's not the same without your name. All we had were borrowed moments, but they burn just like a flame. We talked about futures like they were distant storms, rolling in slow across the empty sky. You said someday we'd outrun whatever found us, but someday came too quickly and we didn't even try. Still I keep that map you drew in my glove box, even though every road has changed. And I still hear the echoes of the songs we something shapeless, but we thought it made us brave back then. Now the city keeps on shining, but it's not the same without your name. All we had were borrowed moments, but they burn just like a flame. Maybe youth was just a long wild detour, a place we pass but never stay. But I'd give anything to drive those miles again, hear your voice cutting through the radio waves. And still I hear the echoes of the nights that held us in their hands. We were lost, but we were fearless, believing life could shift at our command. Now I'm older, but I'm haunted by the spark we couldn't save. All we had were fleeting moments, but they shaped us all the same. Keeps falling where your shadow used to lie. Every drop of memory I can't deny. The photographs are fading, the colors turn to gray, but I still see your smile in the light of yesterday. Oh, echoes of goodbye still haunt these halls of mine. Your voice, a ghost I can't leave behind. Love was fire, now it's smoke in the sky, and I'm learning to breathe through the echoes of goodbye. The clock keeps
your goodbye.
Woke up with the sun burning holes in my mind. Same old street, same old ghost I can't leave behind. Laughing with the boys just to keep from falling apart. But every joke hits the bruise sitting deep in my heart. Yeah, I play it cool, got a grin like nothing's wrong. But I still hear you in the static of every song. And I don't need no showdown, no revenge to feel alive. 'Cause burning down the past won't bring back what died. You walked away with someone, left me broken but unbound. Now I'm learning how to breathe without your echo hanging around. No more running, no more bleeding through the truth. I'm finally letting go of you. Hit the boardwalk, kick back with a cheap cold beer. Try to shake the way your memory whispers in my ear. Thought about confronting him, taking back what's mine. But that kind of fight only steals more of my time. Yeah, I still get twisted, but the anger's getting light. Guess freedom tastes better than another useless fight. And I don't need no showdown, no revenge to feel alive. 'Cause burning down the past won't bring back what died. You walked away with someone, left me broken but unbound. Now I'm learning how to breathe without your echo hanging around. No more running, no more bleeding through the truth. I'm finally letting go of you. One day I'll laugh for real, not the hollow kind. When the world stops dragging your shadow through my mind. I ain't your victim, ain't your puppet on a string. I'm done giving ghosts the keys to everything. No, I don't need no showdown, I'm not dying for a crown. Let the past stay buried where I finally laid it down. You walked away with someone, thought you stole my truth. But I found something bigger, a life outside of you. Now I'm smiling, and it's real, not just pushing through. 'Cause I'm finally truly letting go of you. I walk the streets that used to know my name. Neon echoes, but they don't feel the same. Faces pass me like a river running cold. I keep moving, though I'm feeling old. The shadows stretch across the memory in my mind. Every corner holds a piece I left behind. I drift through alleys where my laughter used to rise. Now it's quiet, and I don't know why. But under the bridge, in my breaking heart, I face the pieces torn apart. I'm standing still in a world that moves too fast, trying to breathe through the weight of my past to find some just learn to lie. I'm walking circles through the city of my youth, searching for something that sounds like truth. The streetlight halos bend around my shaking hands. Every heartbeat feels like sinking in the sand. Still I wonder where the quiet feels sincere, where no one speaks, but everything is clear. 'Cause under the bridge, my breaking heart, I face the pieces torn apart. I'm standing still in a world that moves too fast, trying to breathe through the weight of my past. If I'm alone, at least I'm standing. If I'm lost, I'm still demanding a little strength to find who I used to be. Somewhere under this bridge in me. Maybe I'm scarred, but I'm still breathing. Maybe I'm cracked, but I'm not leaving. And if the night keeps falling down on me, I'll rise again beneath the concrete sea. So under the bridge where I come undone, I face the dark and wait for sun. I'm learning slow how to carry both the pain and all the hope that still remains. If I'm alone, I'm still surviving. If I'm lost, I'm still arriving to the place where I can finally see there's still a way back home to me. Breathing heavy in the doorway, like you're choosing if you'll leave. The floor is cracking under heartache, every word caught in your teeth. We try to fix the smallest fractures till they split beneath our hands. You say you never meant to hurt me, but you never say you can. And we're burning slow, too close to what we can't control. Every touch is pulling us apart, but I still come back to where you are. We keep falling in the same way, quiet storms that never fade. Tell me why we only feel alive right before we break. Right before we break. Your silence trembles like a warning, but I lean in anyway. We hold each other like a promise we're both terrified to make. You trace the outline of forgiveness on the scars we never show, and everything we try to salvage still reminds us how it broke. 'Cause we're burning slow, too close to what we can't control. Every touch is pulling us apart, but I still come back to where you are. We keep falling in the same way, quiet storms that never fade. Tell me why we only feel alive right before we break. gentle. Maybe we were never brave. Maybe all we ever needed was to learn how not to stay. I can feel you slipping softly, like the night gives up the day. But losing you is something I can never walk away. Still we're burning slow, trying not to let the embers glow. Even pain feels holy in your arms. Even when it tears us both apart, we keep falling in the same way. Fragile hearts that bend but stay. And if the world forgets our name, I'll remember every spark right before we
City glows like painted skin. Cold neon smiles that never been. Footsteps echo on hollow ground. Every word feels staged, rehearsed, rewound. I see reflections with stranger eyes. Paper faces drifting by. I'm slipping through the seams they hide, like I'm waking in a world that's been simplified. Blackened sky, won't you tear this veil apart? Wash the dust off this mechanical heart. If the darkness comes, let it swallow the sun. 'Cause I'm tired of the truth dressed up as anyone. People moving like borrowed forms. Plastic laughter bending norms. Every promise sounds pre-designed. Every hope a shadow left behind. And when the silence starts to crawl up the edges of these crumbling walls, I feel the surface finally break, like a quiet purge of everything fake. Blackened sky, won't you tear this veil apart? Wash the dust off this mechanical heart. If the darkness comes, let it swallow the sun. 'Cause I'm tired of the truth dressed up as anyone. Maybe the end is the start I need. A world stripped of its hallowed sheen. Let the masks fall dead in the quiet air. Let the real remain, even if it's bare. Blackened sky, pull the curtains from the lies.
We're sitting in the quiet, watching sunlight fade. Your shadow on the table feels a million miles away. We used to speak in whispers only we could understand. Now every word we try to say just slips right through our hands. So don't speak, the silence tells the truth tonight. We're holding on to memories that don't know how to stay alive. I feel you drifting like a ghost I used to know, and though it breaks me just to let you go, don't speak. I hear everything in the quiet you leave behind. We trace the same old stories, but the colors start to fade. We're living in the outlines of the love we couldn't save. You're looking at me gently like you're scared of saying more, 'cause every sentence is a goodbye we've said before. So don't speak, the silence tells the truth tonight. We're holding on to memories that don't know how to stay alive. I feel you drifting like a ghost I used to know, and though it breaks me just to let you go, don't speak. I hear everything in the quiet you leave behind. Maybe we grew older in different ways. Maybe all our promises just couldn't stay. There's nothing left to fight for, nothing left to prove. Just two hearts learning how to lose. So don't speak, we don't need any last goodbyes. Your quiet says the things we've tried so hard to hide. I feel you fading like a song that's reached the end, but thank you for the love we couldn't mend. Don't speak, I'll carry what we were somewhere soft inside.
The night remembers what I forget. Your shadow lingers, my heart regrets. The vinyl spins our favorite tune, but silence fills the empty room. I light a match to fading dreams and watch them burn in silver beams. Echoes of yesterday, they keep calling my name through the wind, through the rain. It all sounds the same. I'm reaching for something that's slipping away, lost in the echoes of yesterday. ghostly song beneath my pain. Your laughter fades but won't let go. It haunts the chords my fingers know. The whiskey's warm but not enough to drown a love that still feels tough. Echoes of yesterday, they keep calling my name through the wind, through the rain. It all sounds the same. I'm reaching for something that's slipping away. Lost in the echoes of yesterday. But every dawn just feels the same. Another verse without your name. Echoes of yesterday, they won't fade away. Every memory's a song I still play. And though the record spins in gray, I'm still lost in the echo. The echoes of
Yeah, you call me up at midnight, like you're doing me a favor. Crash into my doorway, leave your problems on the table. I swear I'm done with all your chaos, all your cheap routines. But then you smile that broken smile, and I fall right back in. You say you're not good with feelings, yeah, no kidding, guess I knew. Still I wait around like some idiot, hoping you'll come through. Every time I try to leave, you pull my shadow by the sleeve. Guess the joke is on me, babe, I'm the only one who bleeds. So hit me like a car wreck, call it love if that helps you slip. I keep crawling back for damage, only you know how to keep. Yeah, I open every door, you slam right into my face. Maybe heartbreak feels familiar, maybe pain is just my taste. You disappear for weeks and say you needed space to think. Funny how your clarity begins right when your ego sinks. I try to stitch my heart together just to tear it out again. It's like comfort in the hurting, like we're enemies and friends. I'm rehearsing every goodbye, but I always miss my cue. Stuck inside your orbit like a planet you misuse. Maybe I'm addicted to the chaos you create. It's pathetic, yeah, I know, but hell, I'm learning slowly, slate. So hit me like a car wreck, call it love if that helps you sleep. I keep crawling back for damage, only you know how to keep. Yeah, I open every door, you slam right into my face. Maybe heartbreak feels familiar, maybe pain is just my taste. Last night in the mirror I stared at someone I forgot. A kid who wanted love, not this emotional gunshot. And maybe I'm the villain of the script I always blame, 'cause
'cause letting you destroy me doesn't make you take the blame. So hit me like a car wreck, but I'm walking off the street. I'm done dressing all these bruises like they're souvenirs to keep. Yeah, I'm closing every door you used to push right through my chest. If love is supposed to kill me, then I'd rather save what's left. So hit me like a car wreck, call it love if that helps you sleep. Oh, I keep crawling back for damage only you know how to keep. Yeah, I open every door you slam right into my face. Maybe heartbreak feels familiar, maybe pain is just my taste. Just my taste.
I've been walking through the echoes where your shadow used to fall. Every corner feels familiar, every heartbeat feels too small. I keep searching for the reasons why you slipped out of the frame. But this